Caitlin with the Moving to Maryland podcast. Today I'm going to tell you about some of my favorite restaurants in Harbor East. If you're not familiar with Harbor East, it's a wonderful neighborhood in the heart of Baltimore, right on the water with tons of dining and shopping options. And in this video, I'll give you a little map tour of the area and I'll tell you where to go and where to park. Okay, let's do it. Okay. So, as promised, we'll start with a little bit of context about where Harbor East is in relationship to everything else in Baltimore. You have 695 that runs around the outside, 83 connects to 695 and goes down into the heart of the city. It also goes up all the way to Pennsylvania. So one of the things that makes Harbor East such an accessible dining destination is that you barely have to get off of the highway to get there. So 83 ends here at Fayette Street, and then you just come straight down President Street until you hit the circle right here, which would be considered the center of Harbor East. You have all these streets that come off of it. President Street ends in here. You have Alisana that comes across, which eventually meets Caroline, which is the eastern border of Harbor East, and then Eastern Avenue is the northern border of Harbor East. That's kind of what separates that neighborhood from Little Italy. And then you have Central that runs down through the middle. We'll start our little tour of Harbor East with the Four Seasons Hotel. How can you not? There are 4 different excellent restaurants in the Four Seasons. The first is Loch Bar. That's your go-to for shellfish, crab cakes, seafood, lighter fare, stuff like that. You have Maximón, which is this part of the patio here, a Mexican restaurant. Their patio is gorgeous. It's super transportive. They've completely renovated that since this was taken. And then on this side of the building is Azumi, which is Atlas Restaurant Group's high-end answer to sushi in the city. I absolutely recommend going there and doing the omakase menu, which is the tasting menu. The pacing is excellent. The food is amazing. My husband and I had a really great time when we did that. And then at the top of the Four Seasons, you have the Bygone, which is a fine dining restaurant with exceptional views of the city. They also have a nightclub kind of atmosphere later in the evening. If that's what you're looking for, that's a great option. Next, Lebanese Taverna. I just can't leave out of this. It's really casual but delicious Mediterranean food. Next is Cinghiale, which is Foreman and Wolf. So Cindy Wolf is a very talented chef who has several restaurants in Baltimore. Cinghiale is her Italian restaurant. They do a really nice job. Right next door is her flagship restaurant called the Charleston. It's a tasting menu only style restaurant. If you're looking for like a very elevated fine dining experience, the Charleston is definitely a really good option. Next, Ouzo Bay is one of Atlas Restaurant Group's very first restaurants. It's high-end Greek. So if you're looking for whole fish, dips, flatbreads, that kind of thing, they do a really good job. Then Kneads Bakeshop. They just opened. They are part of the H&S family, which is a huge bakery operation in Baltimore. This is their high-end boutique bakery. They have all kinds of pastries, donuts, bagels. They also do table service, so you can go there for breakfast or lunch, and they serve alcohol. One of my personal absolute favorite is Atlas Quarter. There are 4 different restaurants in this little complex. Over here on the right is Tagliata. In the back is a spot called Monarque, which is like a French dinner theater steakhouse kind of burlesque vibe. Over here is the Elk Room, which is a speakeasy cocktail bar. And then Italian Disco over here on the left is a more casual Italian option. Tagliata on the right is an Italian chop house. So steaks, pasta, all made in-house. Really, really good food. Another great option is Black Swan. They are more of a club kind of atmosphere, but they also have really good food, and they very recently opened. And then, as promised, This is my go-to parking option, the Fleet and Eden garage. On the weekends, they do $5 parking all day, which is really excellent. I've never had any problems parking my car there or walking to or from restaurants. Obviously, you know, disclaimer, but I like parking there. And that's a little tour of Harbor East. There's a lot more to see, and I would love to show you around if you have any questions or you're looking for other recommendations. A few honorable mentions that didn't make it into this video but are also great options. Taco Fiesta is right here on Exeter. Casual tacos, margaritas. I love that spot. Over here you have James Joyce, which is also really good. It's more like an Irish pub if you want a Guinness and to watch some sports ball. That's a great place for that. And like I said, there's a lot more to know about Harbor East. If you have questions or you'd like a tour, I would love to show you around. And I am a licensed real estate agent. If you are looking for help buying or selling real estate anywhere in the greater Baltimore area, myself or anybody on the Greatest Moves team would be thrilled to assist. And if you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye.